Yeah, it's become again. When you hire an attorney, Darkseid, I think this up.
Darkseid, light this bitch up.
Come on, Darkseid. When you hire an attorney, you are considered the ward of the state, an imbecile, and incompetent. Here it is, right in the Corpus Juris Secundum, Volume 7, Section 4. You are about to learn why an attorney cannot help you in any way. You've always been led to believe they cannot do anything. That here is why. The reason you consider a ward of the state is because your mother signed you records of live birth to the informant, unfortunately ultimately acting as a trustee of an executor, father estate. In the doing so, she knowingly signed ways the property, the child, the executor, the father to the estate, and if married, she actually as a co-executor of the estate, or in the capacity of a trustee and one with authority to sign over property. Your mother abandoned you at birth, and have you noticed the mother's address is already pre-typed in one of the boxes? Have you noticed there is no address for father and COLB? Have you noticed it is the address of the mother's maiden name and the box? And have you noticed that have the mother signed in the informant and not the father? Look here, what I found. The state of Oklahoma, the very own instruction of completing the birth certificate. Signature of parents. Have the parents review the certificate of live birth of accuracy and read the statement contained in the section and sign this section certified and accuracy of certificate. We suggest that you ask only the mother to sign the birth certificate. Never have a parent sign a blank or incomplete certificate. Now, why would the Department of Health and Vital Statistics teach doctor, nurse, and hospital administrator to coerce the mother into sign the certificate of birth instead of the father, who is the executor of the estate? Because the executor of the highest office of the estate, and the state does not care to deal with him. They would rather go after the informant trustee instead. Attempting to administrate an estate without written authority, consent, or of the executor is very costly. People go to prison, but if they are coerced and mother informant trustee to sign over property, then they will have legal legs to stand on. Here's David Clarence explain the executive office of their are doing to you and via certificate of your birth, like birth. They selling you on the market, and you are target. You are target, my friend. You know, my friend is fruit, yeah? So, you still owe me money, dude. Still haven't paid me my money yet, motherfucker. I want my money, man. I want my money. Darkseid, let this piece up. Come on, Darkseid. Let this piece up, Darkseid. An estate must come before a trust. The state issued the child.
Darkseid, light this bitch up.
A notice estate must become born before the trust. The state issued the child a birth certificate that which create a new estate. The legal fiction corrupted of you, in which they were to create the woman and her own estate, in which she is executed. If she reached the legal age, if not, her father is the executor of her estate until the time the man is the own estate, and which he executor once he become a legal age or marries. Until then, his father is the executor of the estate. And when they get married, it forms a trust. The woman's estate now become property of the man. The two of them come together and have a child. The woman cannot offspring and only man, therefore the child is property of the executor estate until he or she reach the legal age. The father is never aware of this fact. The state coerces the mother into signing the record of live birth as an informant acting as a trustee. By doing this, she is acting like the trustee of the executor of the estate, the father. The giving of the child to leave out with the abandoned wording, and that was public notice due to process of law. The executor, the father, never show up to claim the abandoned property, so the estate takes ownership of the full due process by the way of public notice in newspaper. The doctor sends the record of live birth to the state health department and vital statistic. Now the child is an orphan, a ward of the state, abandoned by its mother, and via birth announcement she signed the informant. The state sends the records of live birth to the registrar office, and the new estate is created and now placed in probate. The state takes records of live birth and hides it away the vault, never to be seen again, now to be used as security in trust instrument to back the nation's debt. The future label of a child, which is now a one stock share in the foreign corporation, United States, all capital. They split the title and create what's known as the certificate of live birth and send the newly created office, the COLB, to the child in the mail and his or her new identity. And when the child reached legal age, he can now become an occupant of the executor office of the newly created estate, but is never made aware of this. Note: the state cannot do business with the contract with living, breathing human being. This is why they create the certificate of live birth, aka birth certificate, which is the office of the newly created corporate. You and the fictitious entity presumption in law, you. They had to turn you into a corporation so that you can control by them. Motherfucker. The mark of the beast is real shit, man.
So, are you gonna pay me? I want my money, man. After this, I want my money, bro. We gonna fight, homie. We gotta fight. Darkseid, let me hang up. Darkseid, let me switch up.
Darkseid, light this bitch up.
The state cannot do business or enter a contract with living, breathing human being. They step the fuck back. This is why they created the birth certificate of aka certificate of death, which is the office of the newly created corporate you, the fictitious entity and presumption in the law you, and then you turn into a corporation so they can control you by contracting using your all capital name to take you to jail and to take you to blame. The SECUVA Act of 16666 made us all dead births and cast beyond the sea, lost at sea, dead to the world. And if no one day you never return from sea and announce that you were still alive, we can take our lawful throne of the executor of our own estate. Here is how on the UK government website, with complete instruction to how to announce you are alive, occupied executor office. Now the child is grown up and remain the incompetent ward of the state because he or she stepped up and assumed their proper role as the executor, executrix of the own estate once they reach legal age. The now don't use the COB on their sole source of identity, even though the state advised not to use it. Its identity can use, some say incompetent, just as they say not to use SS card as identity. Security, search card, check income, etc. Now the adult incompetent and masquerading around town, using a certificate of live birth as identity to get onto the Haitian contract, and basically acting as an agent of a foreign corporation known as United States or Capital, and is now obligated to pay an income tax, an excise tax, and a property tax, and ultimately be subject to state tax. And now you are obligated to abide by the statute, rules, and a regulation. Note, there is a catch to this. Number 17, you are presuming you are an employee of their corporation. And if you're not receiving paycheck, and then there is no employment contract, and they cannot provide proof of pay, then what do they have? Do you work for free? Can they compel you to work for free? The estate of the office, you are the occupant of the office. The corporate fiction, you. And then the occupant of that office, shouldn't you be paid for your service? 18, you have lost your inherited rights and have been granted rights and privileges instead. 14th Amendment, you as a citizen. I wrote more on this here. Daddy never showed up to claim his property, and the state took it upon himself to adopt the child. Take it in their own. The child is now considered a ward of the state, an incompetent bastard child for no father and mother. Abandon him and her. The certificate of live birth has stated, sealed, and registered signature and certifiable proof. Motherfucker, we got duped.